Hi, Spill and Chill podcast here. My name's Maisa. I'm going to be the host of this show. And today we have with us a very interesting person, a girl from my department. Uh, Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Liza. I'm a friend of Maisa. We are studying at the same department. I would say the most excellent, perfect department.
Yeah.
It is the best, actually, in my opinion.
Yes.
Period. So
Slay.
yeah. Yeah. What can I say about myself? I don't know. I actually hate these questions because I don't know. In such situations, I don't know what to tell about me.
Okay, so she's studying at the military department of our university. She's a really cool girl. I mean, girls in uniform, just excellent. She's already a translator. She participates in BRICS related things. She is a teacher. There is a lot to tell about yourself. I mean,
Okay.
well, what are your interests, for example?
Interests in right
in
now.
general, yeah.
In general, right now, yeah. Speaking about my teaching activity, I actually love this job. I love to work with children. I have mostly common children as a students. Yeah, they are wonderful. They can be so naughty, cannot do home task, and in such situations, I understand our professors and teachers.
Yeah. Well, I still wouldn't be able to understand them because I don't give a fuck about homework. Because I mean, fifth year.
I'm trying to respect. I want to receive respect and try to give the respect. Okay. Yeah. Speaking about my military department, military studies, all people, everyone. Sorry,
it's alright.
In a moment. Everyone asked me whether it was my own choice or just because of my parents. They work in the military sphere. I can say that it was my own choice because I applied for this department by myself, and I still study there.
Well, you have half a year more, and then state exams.
Yeah. Actually, I don't. It doesn't really bother me. I don't worry about it because
I'm just saying that you're gonna be finishing it soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But okay, let's come back to the topic of children.
Okay.
What is, in your opinion, the worst about working with children?
The worst? Let me think. I think that the worst thing is to make a plan.
Oh, yeah.
To interact children, to entertain them, because they need entertainment. They don't want to just do some boring exercises, study grammatic, something like that. They need this entertainment, some plays, some videos, interactive board games and something like that.
Well, that's the problem with children now, isn't it? They have a small attention span. They need to have like pretty pictures that can like catch their attention and all that stuff.
Yeah, and the second difficult thing is to draw their attention to just like to continue.
So they stay focused on the task.
Yes, it is difficult, really difficult. So sometimes I'm just like a clown, jumping in front of them,
dancing around like, oh, look at me, there's a task.
Yeah.
But is it hard? I mean, they're children, and as far as I know, you have like teenagers, and I feel like it's hard to teach children that are teenagers, because like when we're younger, we can understand information better, and like we memorize things more easily.
When we are children.
Yeah, when we're younger, like it's why people start. It's like when people start learning languages early, they're better at them later in life. Because like I started learning English. Well, my mother started teaching me English when I was 3.
Oh.
I've been like learning it for 19 years already.
Wow.
And like for me, it was kind of difficult, for example, to start Swedish or Portuguese, because it was later in life. But like on the other side, I have the experience in learning a language, and also I think like for me it's kind of easier to learn a new language in general, because I think I have a predisposition to it. But like, is it hard to teach children that are older than those that are younger?
I think yes, I can agree with you, because I have a teenager. I'm teaching a teenager Portuguese, and it sometimes can be difficult to explain him some topic, some grammar rule, or something like that, because I attend to him as a pretty adult. Yeah, that he can understand some difficult things easier. But they have, I think it is harder because they have some how to say, statements.
Yeah, they have a basics in English. You mean that?
Not in English, some linguistic basics.
Yeah.
Some that can be changed. They used to use it. They used to think the way like that.
Yeah.
And it's harder to a little bit change.
Yeah, because like when you learn a language, you also learn how to think in it.
Yeah.
And you need to understand the way natives speak to sound like a native. So like you don't have a sentence in English with, for example, Russian grammar. And when you have a basis in 2 languages already, like Russian and English, learning a third language can be hard. To change that kind of narrative, to switch it up. I mean, yeah, it's hard.
But I have a girl. I have a student. She's 7 years old. She can speak Russian and English as well. So, and it's more preferable to teach Portuguese in English for her.
Well, because we also have more dictionaries, for example, in Portuguese/English than Portuguese Russian.
And I can say that for her, for this girl, easier to learn Portuguese because she knows some English words, and she can just say, "Oh, this word is really similar to a word in English," for example, and you can, and she learns it faster.
Well, comparing like Portuguese or other language words to English can also be harmful, because like there are things that seem similar, but they're not the same. It's like puxar, pular, push and pull. They are completely different in Portuguese, for example. But okay, how did you get the language? Because we're studying at the same university, and I know the process. But did you want to study Portuguese? What was your reaction when you found out that you were going to be studying Portuguese?
I can tell my story. When I applied for when I entered the university, I didn't want to study German language because I hate it. I don't know. It's my personal trauma, really, because I had studied German in school and a little bit, and I didn't like it. Really, I completely hate. So I just prayed for not having a German. And when I found out that I would be studying Portuguese, I was shocked, actually, because I knew the list of the languages, the list of the groups, and I even didn't notice Portuguese language. I don't know how it happened, but I didn't see it in this list, that list. So I was pretty shocked. I wanted to learn Italian language, and when I found out that Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, they're pretty similar. Yeah, I was okay. So I wasn't upset, and firstly, honestly speaking, I wasn't pretty happy about it. But now I understand this language, this vibe of this language is wonderful, really.
I think it happens to a lot of people that get the language that they didn't even expect. I mean, I have a friend in my group who wanted to study Spanish, and she got into Portuguese, and she was okay with it because, well, then she took on German, and she plans to study Spanish also. But, for example, for me, it was a completely different group of languages, like, because I entered the university with the basis in Swedish and English, and I really wanted to study Swedish. I knew, from the events, like pre-entering events, I knew that they would be getting a Swedish group that year. And when I entered and got to the sorting part of the languages, I found out that they didn't have Swedish, and German groups were full, so I didn't get German, and I got Portuguese, the language that I hated, absolutely hated the guts of it. Portuguese and Spanish, I was devastated because they are completely different from Swedish, and I hated the fact that there are the languages that like Portuguese or Spanish, and the whole year I threw tantrums, I cried, I screamed to all of our professors. It was a shit show, honestly. And then like a year later, I was like, well, okay, I can stomach that, like I can stand that. Another year passed, and I was like, I love this language, actually, like, but I never expected to get Portuguese.
It seems like they abuse relationships.
Yeah, hate-love relationships. Yeah. I mean, that's wild, honestly. Okay, so we're both future interpreters and translators. Well, it depends on what we choose in our in life. But you've already participated in some BRICS events. In particular, I'm talking about BRICS Fashion Week. And I'm really curious about what that is and how it went and what was your role there.
Well, actually, it was the Fashion Week where participated the countries and models of the countries of BRICS. Especially China, India, Russia, of course, Brazil, so on. And my role was to accreditate, I guess, accreditate the guests, especially media. Yeah, I was behind this, how to say,
desk.
Yeah. And I do remember the first day of this week because it was terrible. Totally horrible because
the first day is always like this.
Those foreigners, strangers, they were walking without knowing what to do, without no help. I don't know. They didn't know where their managers were. And actually, me especially, I helped them to find their room for dressing up. Yeah, to show their road. To and even to translate. I do remember I translated from English, but I did translated some. I was on the phone call with the manager of some Indian, and I tried to find out where he was because they didn't know. They didn't know what to do without their manager, right? So, but first day was pretty interesting. There were many Chinese and many Indians.
There are a lot of them in the world.
And I met only 2 Brazilians. I met one man. Oh my god! I just adored his suit because it was some like red velvet.
Oh my god!
It was adorable. I just like.
It's amazing. I mean, man dressing up.
Man dressing. He can dress up.
Oh yeah.
Well, he had a style. So and another Brazilian, another one was from some media.
Oh yeah.
As I remember, Fora de São Paulo.
Oh
yeah, we know it. We know it.
I'm just remembering the story of the red cloth in your text on translation with Lula and being the doutor honoris causa.
I do remember. Yeah.
It was the newspaper where I found the right explanation of this joke, Folha de São Paulo.
Oh,
and it was the text that
Oh my god, I'm a bit traumatized. So
okay, have you ever modeled?
Yeah, I participated in 2 catwalks. Yeah,
okay.
fashion shows. My friend or a girl with whom I studied at school, she entered the design school, design university, and I just once met her accidentally, totally accidentally. We met in the help me in the bus. I do remember autocarro. Sorry. In the bus.
It's the problem of people who know multiple languages. We forget the words in the language we're speaking in.
Yeah.
I mean, on multiple occasions, I forgot the word for washing machine. I mean, today I said the gray thing that spins. Well,
The struggle of the smart people.
Our production team is also here with us. They're commenting a bit on. Yep.
I met her accidentally, occasionally in the bus, and we just start chatting. How are you? So on. What are you doing? And she said that there is a fashion show in which I participate. I made some costumes. Would you like to be my model?
Like,
of course, my girl, of course.
Who would say no to that?
Because I'm always interested in in fashion, in style, so on.
Yeah.
And I was pretty anxious, eager to participate in this event. Yeah, and I did. And the second time with this,
the same girl.
The same girl, right? Yeah, it was this summer. Yeah.
Oh, this summer.
This summer.
That's so cool.
I even do remember the date, the 12th of June.
Oh, really cool.
Really cool.
Well, wait, didn't you have exams then?
No, we started till 19th or 12th.
Oh yeah,
of June.
last year we did too.
Yeah.
This year I'm finishing before May. I'm finishing in April. Because I have exams.
Jealous.
I have exams in May and then state exams in June.
I have exams even in August, in the beginning of the August, because of my military department. I have state exams.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're finishing
It's
this
awful.
year.
Our girls passed them in the end of June, like 30th or something.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think, yeah. I feel like that was the thing.
Because this summer
maybe they changed something.
I think they changed because maybe they passed it earlier. Because I met my friends from the band course year, and they said I met them in the end of the July, and they said that they would pass state exams in August.
Then I have the wrong information.
Maybe
they were telling me that they were going to be passing in the end of June, or maybe I'm confusing with like military training that everyone had to go to, like in the summer. You know, that like camp thing or
this stuff. Yeah. All boys gathering together.
Why don't they?
3 weeks.
What? An all boy camp. What happens in the camp stays in the camp.
Camp? Yeah, boys in uniform. Think about it.
So what were we talking about?
I don't remember.
Military department.
Okay. We started talking about
modeling.
Modeling.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Okay.
So, did you like the experience?
Yeah, actually, yes. It was exhausting because we had preparation. We had I forgot how to say it. Some exercise training. Of the show.
How to? Oh yeah. I also forgot. I remember the word in Portuguese. Ensayo.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, rehearsal. Rehearsal.
Yeah, rehearsal. Thank you so much. It's awful. Wonderful. Gosh. Yeah, we had a rehearsal, and I don't remember this experience because we had such a little space. There were, if I'm not mistaken, about 50 or 60 models. And we had such a little space for...
It's like 5 language groups.
Yeah, and some kind of only 2 meters.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's not enough for that much people.
Yeah, we had actually a long corridor, like a backstage. It's a backstage.
It's better to rehearse there.
Yeah, and we just had to stand there and wait for our turn to walk.
So, like, a long line of 50 people standing in one corridor.
Yeah, just like a snake. We were standing there. It was hot there. There were no conditioners, no fans or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
No water. It was
my god. It sounds like torture, honestly.
It was a torture, but when I was I was walking these people who came to watch for. Actually, they came to watch for costumes, but I just walked there as a queen.
Yeah. So do you have any photos?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Can you? Oh, yeah.
No, I can show it later.
Oh yeah, sure.
I do have, and but I don't like my face there because I had a red eyes.
Oh my god.
It seems like I was crying and was like,
were you though?
Maybe.
Oh.
Actually, it was my second time, but I did like the atmosphere because I'm just the participant of something bigger, and actually it was wonderful.
I mean, yeah, I love participating in things, but I more love to organize stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, I think everyone here knows that like the 3 years of Portuguese concerts consecutively with little to no help. I mean, it does exhaust a person a lot. But I'm still eager to do that this year. I'm ready. I have everything like written out.
Okay.
The plans, everything. But like the the last thing that I participated in was the film festival.
Oh.
Yeah. And
how was it?
Awful. I mean, okay.
General reaction, it was awful, but I did like it.
I did like it, yeah. I mean, if we're looking at it from the point of view of a guest, it was amazing. It was well organized. It was beautiful. But I'm looking from inside out, from the organizer's standpoint, and it was horrible. And like, I had a Brazilian guy that I was accompanying I had him tell me that, well, do you know the festival in Cannes? I'm like, yeah, the greatest film festival that like happens to the elite of this. Well, it wasn't as well organized as your festival. And I'm like, what? I mean, he's like, there are a lot of people, but there are little to no translators and people who would accompany us. And I'm like, how? It's like, it's such a big festival that you cannot like reasonably have this little to no people to help you with the organization. But we had a lot of translators and not enough volunteers to do the stuff. So the registration stand was always like empty. People just would walk off and do their own thing, and it was awful, honestly, because like, I'm a translator and a person who accompanies them, like my Brazilian guys, my two lovely men. I'm walking out, there's no one at the registration stand, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I need to fill in for someone. And then I have to leave my guys, go to the registration stand, and text to the group chat, why the hell no one is at registration stand? And everyone's like, I'm eating. Leave a volunteer in your place. Leave one.
They should leave.
Yeah, at least someone. At least on the one. There were 2 registration stands. Like, at least leave one person for 2 stands. It's not that hard. Like, especially in the middle of the day, where people are coming, but not like that many people. You can have one person check everyone in. It's not hard. I've worked with the system they were working with. It's just scanning QR codes and giving them a program and like sending them off. It's not that hard. But it is hard for the people who organized it, because they didn't have enough money. We were there on like our own free will. We got paid with food from Burger King and another subcontractor that made really good food, actually. Like, oh my god, I really liked it. Like, the rice with meat was really good.
On BRICS Fashion Week, we didn't pay the food.
It's not sponsored. I have no idea who the contractor was.
Unfortunately, Burger King isn't paying us yet.
We're waiting. But Burger King, please sponsor us.
Not only Burger King.
Anyone. I mean, please. What were you telling you about BRICS Fashion Week? They didn't feed you?
They didn't feed us.
Ow!
I don't know. They just gave us a beautiful
bag?
Not even a bag.
You had a bag. Did you buy it?
I didn't have a bag. I have a
t-shirt.
Mini t-shirt. Shirt. You know this. Actually,
sweater?
Not a sweater. Like
blouse. Oh,
blouse,
okay.
Sorry.
I mean, I saw someone with the purse like BRICS Fashion Week. Weren't you?
No, it wasn't me. Because I didn't.
It was a person from your group. Did anyone else participate?
Yeah, my group mate. She participated with me.
I think maybe it was her who had it.
She had, but I'm not sure really.
Also, today we're drinking Greenfield Earl Grey and Monarch. Yep. I forgot to tell it in the beginning. It's kind of our gimmick. We're drinking tea because spill and chill. I mean, yeah.
Also not sponsored.
Also not sponsored. I just buy the tea.
All the links in this description.
You can sponsor us if you transfer the money to this number on the screen. I'm kidding, please. So, what are you planning to do with your degree? Do you want to be a translator or interpreter, or?
I'm pretty sure I don't want to be an interpreter. Because I have a bad memory, really.
That happens to the best of us.
I have troubles with memorizing things, especially then that a person, Brazilian or some kind of, speaks too much, even long phrases.
Oh my God.
I don't remember them, and I just have to translate the sense.
It's good. It's good. I mean, but don't you use like a notepad to write it down?
Yeah, but
it doesn't help you.
It doesn't help me. Maybe because of a little practice.
It's the skill issue. Honestly,
yeah,
I can give you later some advice on how to train your memory, because like there are teachers who taught us, like the first thing you learn when you are trying to interpret is you need to know how to translate from Russian to Russian. So you listen to the text and you try to retell it as close as possible without writing it down. And like short text, 30-second text, then as you get more confident, you can adjust the length, the speed. Also, like a good thing is like when you know, like you record yourself, you listen back to it, and like, okay, I missed this and this, so I need to know to write these things down and not other information. It's like the basis, and I cannot imagine why no one told you that, because like I think you have oral translation already.
I do have, but I don't know. They didn't study me. That hacks.
It's crazy because like it's the basis. It's the basis of you need to know how to retell in your native language.
Wow.
And then like you can try to translate to like easier languages. For example, with us it's a Russian English pair. And then like for me, actually, it's kind of easier to translate Portuguese. I don't know why. I know English really good, but translating or interpreting, it's horrific. Honestly, I cannot imagine. No, it's not hard. I can do it, but the teachers don't like it. So yeah, but the issue with the long text. Oh my God! At the film festival, the person who was talking the most was Zoran, the director of the film, and he wouldn't stop. He would give me text, like a 1 minute text, and I would have to translate. But the thing is, like our basic length, we need to know how to translate 1.5 to 2 minute texts on the spot. Like with a notepad, but we should be able to take in that amount of information before like translating, and that's the like norm, and I don't like it, but we cannot do anything about it. It's like we need to just get used to it, because but I really like interpreting. I hated it for the best part of the university. I was like, no, I'm never gonna I am never going to do that. I'm not an interpreter. Oral translation is shit. I'm not doing that. I hate people. The same thing was with teaching people. I was like, I would never be a professor or a teacher. I hate children. And now I'm coming back to, I want to come back to our department to be a professor. It's the irony of the thing. I mean, being able to do that, it just makes me feel good. So, and the same thing was with oral translation, because I had to do this simultaneous interpreting at the event. It was crazy.
It was great.
I mean, I wish I would record more when I translated, but I wasn't able to do that because like
just a lot of work.
Because we had a text. Yeah. They gave us a text beforehand, so I could translate the basis,
Okay.
with depot.
Oh.
And like I did read a lot of things, but there were people who gave speeches. And at some point, one girl with cerebral palsy, she comes out, she does a speech, and then she starts reading a poem. And I'm like, I didn't understand that she like started the poem, because in the script it was just written that she would read the poem, and I was like, oh, she's not reading a poem, so she won't do it. And then she said the name of the poem, and she started really fast. She didn't get it, like she didn't make a pause, and I started translating because I didn't know if I should or shouldn't. And I lost, I think, 1 or 2 lines from this poem, and I couldn't translate the whole meaning of it, because like you cannot interpret simultaneously the meaning of the poem with like rhyming and all that. So I was just translating line by line, like line after line, and I did that, and I was like, what did I just do? Why did I just do it? Because I could have said in the mic that she's reading a poem about love, and that's it. I could have done that, and for some reason I started interpreting. And the same thing happened. We didn't we had that in the script, but I didn't know I couldn't watch the films beforehand because they were showing the short films at the opening ceremony, and it was like crazy because one film is the guy repeating 2 similar phrases, and I was like, oh, okay, they're the same. It's porra e fica para trás.
Okay.
That's it. I was like, yeah, okay, like he's saying damn it and like go away. The whole short film, like 10 minutes. And then the next, there is a Chinese guy who talks without legs. He talks about his dancing experience, and he talks really fast, and the subtitles are really fast. And I'm like, trying to...
Just as a rap.
Yeah, trying to interpret that. And then after that, there's a song that I think autistic people wrote that makes no sense. It made no sense whatsoever. Like, and I was like, what am I translating? I was like, okay, this line means that, and this line means they're not connected. What am I translating? It was crazy. I mean, nah, but yeah, I handled it. I don't know how.
It's wonderful. It's really crazy.
It's the work of a translator / interpreter has us be agile and versatile, because you need to know how to do everything, from meeting people at the airport to tying their shoes. I mean,
oh well, but for now, I'm trying to solve this problem of memory. Yeah, I'm trying, but I'm just a slow.
But that's
slow learner.
Personal preference, also, I think.
Yeah, because I just a little bit participated. I was a candidate for an Olympiad, now military department, and we prepared for it for some time. And my friend from a German group, I just when I found out how he was translating, it was a video of 1 minute, and he wrote down everything and translated just similar to the text what was said. I was like, okay, I'm not participating. I'm done. No.
But you did participate in the UN model in our university.
Oh, speaking about that,
were you translator, or were you representing a country?
I represented Brazil. I was a delegate from Brazil. Yeah, it was an interesting story because we had to prepare a position paper of our country, and we were allowed to speak in language of this country.
Yeah.
So I was speaking Portuguese.
Did you have a translator?
Yes, I did have a simultaneous translation.
Who was it? If it's not a secret, was it someone from your group or the girls from the?
It was a girl.
Masters.
Yeah, from Masters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all know.
Was it our star?
About no. Actually, she sent me an audio of her translation. She complained that I was speaking too fast.
It's not her place to complain.
Yeah.
You're an interpreter. You cannot complain. I mean, wait. Our teachers that wait. Our teachers that do work in the UN, they told us that the UN translator interprets at the speed of 3 words per second. And this is our graduates. So she cannot complain that you are too fast. It's the skill issue.
Yeah, because we had to present our position. Our of the country, in 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. So I had to be fast because I had to pretty long. Yeah, I read it, and just she a little bit complained. I was like, okay, some people, because we all know that Brazilian Portuguese is a little bit similar in phonetics, in pronunciation to Spanish. A little bit. It can be.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, because they do take a lot from the neighboring countries.
Yeah. So, many of the present that time thought it was Spanish. I was speaking Spanish, and a girl. She was from another university. I don't remember, from Kazan or Minsk.
What were they doing there?
They were invited.
Invited.
Yeah.
Oh my god. They invaded. Sorry, Kazan University invaded MSOU.
Yeah.
Tatar invasion again.
Literally.
Invited, yeah. And she asked me a question in Spanish, and I said, we don't understand Spanish. We're in Brazil speaking Portuguese. I don't know what happened, whether she didn't have earphones or not. She repeated the question 3 times in Spanish.
She thought you would understand.
I was like, maybe we should speak English. Okay, I would ask in English. Okay.
Oh my god,
girl.
English. Are you Spanish or not? I mean.
Yeah. And another guy said, I had wonderful Spanish. Nice. No,
good. Thank you. No. Wonderful Spanish. Castellano.
That sounds so demeaning.
Okay. Yeah, and this participation, I worried a lot because it's just I thought it was a pretty serious event. So such smart guys there.
And then there is a person from my year that studies Arabic in the whole gown.
When I saw him and his Arabic accent when he was speaking English, I was like, okay, I'm done.
I'm done with it.
It was just a game, and there was a rule. It was obligatory to speak English the whole time. We just give a shit.
You didn't give a shit. Like, English.
We spoke Russian, and it was like, okay.
You're a Brazilian delegate who knows Russian in the UN. It sounds like a bad joke. But it was.
At least you spoke.
Yeah. I mean, I met you a lot on smoking breaks, all dressed up in a suit, and standing there. This model is gonna kill me.
Yep. Yeah, but it was interesting. Pretty fun.
Yeah.
I did like it.
What do we have on time?
We don't have time. 30 minutes more.
30 more minutes.
Yep.
That's good. Okay. Oh, you're interested in tarot. I know that you do tarot readings, like tarot cards.
Tarot?
Yeah. Cards, like.
I don't understand.
Sorry. Oh my god!
Maybe.
Wait. You know what I'm talking about. You just don't know. You just don't know the word in English, probably.
Maybe.
Tarot.
Ah, tarot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Yes. Tell us about that. How did you begin?
Well, I was inspired by my group mate.
There is another person in your group that does that?
Yeah, she also studies in the military department. We both.
Who is it?
Alina.
Oh, I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
I have no idea who anyone in your group is. I mean, I know you, I know Nastya, I know Lena, and we don't talk about here.
Okay. This okay.
Okay, yeah.
No comments, please. Okay. Yeah, but we just made as a present. We gave her tarot cards for her birthday, and she made us.
She did readings.
Did readings. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, she did readings, and I was thinking like, oh, I do want to do it too, because for me it is actually a good instrument to actually be a little bit aware
of your feelings
of
and
my,
of
my feelings, of a little bit future, because
a lot of people think that like the cards can predict the future. No, it's all about your intentions. You take the card, you read the meaning, and then you read into it the way you see it.
Yeah,
it's not that complicated.
Yeah, tarot cards, they do not predict. They just give us a hint that could happen in the future.
Yeah.
And for me, just like we all actually scared of the future, of some unknown things, what would happen and what is happening right now. And for me, it helps me to stay in mind, actually. Yeah, when I see even a bad reading, I just can prepare. I just can ask, what can I do to change it?
Yeah.
And I change it, and the reading is perfect.
Yes, because like, I mean, there are people who honestly think that like whatever cards say is permanently true and you cannot change that. No, it's all about your own choice in life. You just see what the card tell you, and you're like, okay, maybe I can change that and that in that and that way, so that I can get the results I want, not the results I get. It's like I like a phrase that like, prepare yourself for the worst, and when it doesn't happen, be happy. Because this is the thing. My friend gave me a reading, and she was like, "Oh, you're gonna break up with your boyfriend for sure. There is a third person in your relationship that messes everything up. There is someone who bothers you, like he messes everything up for you." She was talking about my best friend. I mean, and I'm like, I don't believe you. I do not believe you. Actually, today marks the 6.5 years that we're together. So, like, 6.5. It's not gonna happen. He stands all my bullshit. He just can't stomach it, because, like, he's just used to it. He's walking. By the way, we're filming in my apartment, because studios are expensive. They're not cheap, because I was I didn't do anything. I was at some point on a podcast of my Angolan friends, and I was late to a shooting for almost an hour, so they had to pay extra, and I was like, okay, I can split it with you. I had to pay, like, it was a part of the sum, but it was 1,000 rubles, or for anyone wondering, $25. Yes? No. Yeah. Around $25.
23, I guess. Even 24.
I'm not into math and like I don't know. I have no idea how much dollar costs right now. Yeah, because I'm not. I know that the things. Okay, we're not talking about politics here. We're not trying to get cancelled. Yeah. So he's just walking around in the next room behind this wall, sometimes looking at us like that. Like, what the hell is happening there? Because he doesn't know English. He doesn't know any languages aside from Russian. So he doesn't understand shit. Like, he's there wondering if we're shit talking him or planning a revolt. So yeah,
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I'm also wondering if he's there. No, he isn't.
Okay.
So yeah, tarot. I got into tarot, I think, a year ago, maybe more.
Oh, I do it for 2 years. I just practice. I just gain practice, experience, just to make collocations. That some cards can be matching or can be not matching. If they make no sense, I just see the reading and like, what is this happening? And I don't understand anything. Yeah.
I have my own way of working with cards because for me it's hard to memorize all 77 meanings.
No, it's not necessary. You
yes,
just have to feel it.
I have a little handbook that came with one of my card sets, and I use it because it has both the upright and reversed meanings. So that's kind of a good thing. But mostly I just look at a card and interpret it, and then look at the meaning. And sometimes like I tried to make a reading 2 days ago because my friend, she had a really vivid dream of the things I didn't tell her about. So like she described exactly my summer house and she never even heard about it. And I was like, okay, I need to understand what's happening here. And I'm trying, and cards make no sense. And she was like, yeah, we kind of wrote it off as an energetic block from her side, because because like it's a reading about her, without her participating there, because like she didn't give consent to a reading. So I mean, there can be things that like it didn't make any sense. The cards are flying off by themselves. Like I'm trying to just mix them, and there are like 3 cards like just flying off, and I'm like, okay, if they're out, I need to look at them.
I always do that.
Yes, because if the deck does something, you need to comply. And then I'm looking at it, and it's just my deck telling me that everything is going to be okay and just giving me a motivational boost, and I'm like, what? I didn't ask for it. I didn't even ask a question. But okay, thank you. I guess like the universe is trying to tell me everything is going to be all right. I'm not against it.
Your friend is not gonna rob you.
I mean, she doesn't know where my summer house is.
Well, she didn't tell you.
She's spying. She's spying on me.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. So I think we can finish on that positive note of my friend not robbing me in the future. Here with us we had Liza, a really interesting girl. I mean, I would have asked her more if I knew what to ask, because there are a lot of things about her that we don't know yet, and maybe she will reappear on this podcast if she wants to participate again.
I want to. I maybe just give you a list of my interests.
Yes, that would be great.
I just didn't know it should be necessary. Sorry.
Well, no, it's mostly that we should have discussed beforehand what we're going to talk about, but I was like, I was relying on Nastya because she was like, well, you can talk about that, and that's what we've talked about
Thank
today.
you.
These are the topics. 2 of them I wrote off yesterday. It's like, I don't want to talk about it with her. It was the UN model and tarot, and like near the end, I'm like, I don't know what to ask. UN model. So thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to our channels, multiple. We're hoping to go live on Yandex Music, but we're not promising anything. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your likes. Tell your friends about us. Don't forget to ring the bell, and goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.